right, mathletes, today you will need your math pages that look like this, all the way up to page 20. So you'll need those 1, 2, 3, 4 pages. The other thing you should know about today is that this is one video that actually is 4 little mini videos squished into it. So you'll need to pause at the end of each part of the lesson and then finish the page. And then when you're finished with that page, you can unpause the video and move on to the next part of this lesson. So the first part of our lesson today is we are looking at pairs, because pairs are when you can count by 2. The word pair means 2 of something. So if you think of something that comes in a pair, you can think of a pair of socks. Socks comes in groups of 2. Trying to think of other things. I wanted to say pair of pants. The pair of pants is because it has 2 legs. Pair of scissors, it's because it has 2 blades on it. So we're looking at things that come in 2s. I don't know why, but for some reason this math curriculum chose sleeping bags, which I didn't know sleeping bags come in pairs, but whatever, okay? Twins come in pairs. So we're looking at pairs. And so if we look at this page right here, we're going to loop the pairs of sleeping bags. So loop just means that we're going to put a little, it's not a circle, it's kind of like a rectangle with rounded edges. So we're going to go ahead and loop all of these. You can do this with me right now. So every time you see 2 of them, we're going to go ahead and loop around it. And you might have noticed that I'm not even bothering to make that middle line. I'm just going like this. Zoop, I just connect it to that one. So our goal is to have all of these in groups of 2. And I'm sure that you notice as we're putting these into groups of 2 that each one has a number in it, and then another one is blank still. Okay, so our job is going to be to write the other number. So we're going to go ahead and write all the numbers all the way up to 50. But you'll notice that there is 1, 2, 3, 4. So every other one is what we're going to end up writing in. And you're going to go ahead and fill that in on your own. And when you're finished, you're going to notice that you can count by 2s using the numbers that you wrote. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And you'll be able to go all the way up to 50. So go ahead and do that right now. At this point, you should have filled all those in. I realize I didn't say pause the video, but hopefully you paused the video and wrote all those numbers in. And if you didn't, do that right now. So now we can count by 2s all the way up to 50. Are you ready? And I want you to do this with me. I know that you're probably alone in a room, or maybe somebody from your family or your daycare is hanging out, but they will understand that you're doing learning. And so you can whisper this or you can say it. You're ready? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50. Now when we look down the row, what do you notice as we look down this row every time? What do you notice every time? What do you see that all of those numbers have in common? if you noticed that every time we go down, they all end in the same number, then that was the pattern I was hoping that you would see. That's just kind of an interesting thing to keep in mind, because if you had a 23 right here, you would know that you didn't have the right number when we look at that, just by kind of checking your work and making sure they all end in the same number. All right, number 3, it says count by 2s from 2 to 50. So we just did that here. So you need to fill in these blanks and make sure that you go all the way to 50. Go ahead and pause the video and finish that page. I know, after we just practiced that this shouldn't be too hard. If we think about it, 6, 8, it says count by 2s to complete each pattern. 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Your job right now is to fill in all of those through number 9. All right, welcome back. So hopefully you noticed that all of those are even numbers that skipped that middle number. You weren't counting by 1s, you were counting by 2s. And if you look at this, you can say 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So if you just look at that second number, it's going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, and a 0 always means 10. So all of those should end in that every time. The next part says, what is the error? Here we have Puzzled Penguin. He says, I counted by 2s to 28. Did I count correctly? So right now, pause the video and write all of the numbers in there and see what Puzzled Penguin did wrong. Great. I'm hoping that when you finished your page, that you were able to look up here and compare your answers with Puzzled Penguin's. Look here to here, sorry. So your answer is here. Puzzled Penguin's answer is right here. And Puzzled Penguin usually makes a mistake that we see a lot of second graders make. So 2, 2, 4, 4, 6, 6, 8, 8. Oh, what's missing right here? I have a 10 here. He doesn't have a 10. Interesting. 12, 12, 14, 14, 16, 16, 18, 18, 20. He's missing his 20 there too. So what Puzzled Penguin did is he failed to include the decade numbers. So it might help if he says the whole thing as he goes. And then maybe he can go 2 in his head. He can say 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Maybe it would be helpful for him to say those odd numbers that are in between. So we are going to go ahead and add in his 10 and his 20 right there to show where he made his mistake. Don't forget to include those decades numbers. The decades numbers are the ones that end in 0. All right, the next thing we're going to talk about is odd and even. We talk about odds and evens a lot. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to make pairs with these little discs. So the way we do that is we draw a line that goes in between each of them. Now, if each of these partners has a buddy, it would be even. Even means that they have a partner. You might want to think of that as even Steven. So even Steven means that even Steven has a partner. So that would mean that they're all partnered up. But if one doesn't have a partner, that's the odd guy. He's odd, he's standing out, he doesn't have a partner. So this would be odd. If they all have pairs, they're even. If there's one left over, it's odd. So let's try number 12. Draw those lines between each one Is it even Steven or is it odd? We do not have an extra one like we did over here, so this one is even. Everybody has a partner. Go ahead and pause the video now and make all the partners on the whole page and see if they are odd or if they're even. Welcome back. So your page should look like mine. Take a moment to check yours and look at mine and see if you've made any mistakes. If you did make a mistake, remember, that's okay. Just use this mistake to learn from and realize what you did wrong so that next time you don't make that mistake. All right, this is our last page for today. We're not going to do this one today. We're going to be working right over here. This says, try to make equal groups. So when we look at this, we made the circles, and we had 9 here. So 1, 2. So if we were to make lines in between these and partner them up, we would see that there's 1 left over. They gave us the total of 9, and we are trying to make even groups in here. So this one's odd. The next one says 6. So just like what they did, I'm going to put 1 up here and the partner down there. I'm going to put a circle and make a line. 3, 4, 5, 6. Look at that. I've gotten to the total of 6 and I was able to partner each of those up. Is this odd or even? If you got even, you are definitely correct. Now let's look at this one right here. Go ahead and make those numbers again, and you're going to count all the way up to 12. Is this odd or is it even? Go ahead and circle even because there's not an oddball. I'm going to have you do that one by yourself. The last part of our lesson is looking at doubles. So what 2 partners make the total 8? So here I have 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what plus what equals 8? 4 plus 4 equals 8. Now, I don't have 18 fingers and I don't have 16 fingers. So if I were you, I would do the same thing we did up here, where you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and go all the way up to 18, partner them up to see what plus what equals 18. That's our whole lesson for the day, friends. Please take one picture of one of your pages that you finished and send that to me. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.